Have you ever done something or completed a task and then a few minutes later wondered if you actually in fact completed the task? So then now you go back and you have to now retrace your steps, look at the evidence to find out, hey, did I actually complete this task? Well, hi and welcome back to my channel Finding Grace. My name is Katana and we're here talking about everything emotional, but for the sake of healing and living more fulfilling lives, because we are more emotionally healthy and at peace with ourselves. So I used to be no stranger to doing stuff and then not knowing whether I did it or not. Guys, that is a time waster of note. You know, when we encounter those moments, it just means that we're not living in the moment. We're not fully present with ourselves. And why is it important for us to be fully present in the moment? Well, being present in the moment is good because we get to take stock of things that are going on in our lives. So it means that you can take stock of your emotions, you can take stock of your interactions and what is going on in the moment. And so many other benefits of being present. I mean, the biggest benefit, knowing that you've actually done something, and then you can fully close that door in your mind, in your heart, and you can move on to the next thing. A lot of us are running at 300 miles an hour and we just can't catch up with ourselves. And that's really living from a place of disconnect. And so then when big things happen, like big emotions happen, all of a sudden one day we're just so overwhelmed by all of the things in life. We wonder, how did we get to this point of overwhelm? But the reason is that you haven't had time to catch up with yourself. You haven't had time to take stock of what is truly happening in your life and whether you're happy with how it's going or whether you're not happy how it's going. Just taking the time to be present in the moment. Also in relationships and business dealings, like, it helps you deal better with your colleagues, with your friends, or it helps you decide, hey, I actually don't like how these interactions are going. You know, some of us find ourselves in situations where we're like, how did I get here? And a lot of the time it's just that we're disconnected from ourselves. And that doesn't have to be the case. I know addressing our emotions and looking inside can sometimes really be daunting for a lot of us because we've been told all sorts of negative things about introspection. We have a bad perception of self in general, where we think, well, if I actually acknowledge that I'm struggling or this thing is happening, we're actually those struggling evil people, evil. And that is not even the truth. That is far from the truth. Acknowledging your emotions actually gives you power. Acknowledging where you're at gives you power, so you know what you need to change to get to where you really want to be. Isn't that powerful and isn't that wonderful? We don't have to be stuck in these places of brokenness, in these places of where we just feel a little bit out of control. It is fully in your hands. So how do we go about being more present in the moment? Well, one of the things that we can do is mindfulness. Mindfulness is just basically taking a moment to acknowledge where you are at in this present moment. So it is now 4 minutes past 3 when I'm recording this video. And so now at this time, 4 minutes past 3 in the afternoon, where am I? How am I feeling? I can take stock of things that are happening in my mind and in my body and in my emotions. And then once I understand what is happening, then I can decide what exactly is the most pressing to, fix right now. So, for instance, right now, I'm very practically, right now, I can feel tenseness in my back. And it's probably because I've been sitting in this chair the whole day. I've had classes and been doing some work. So if I didn't take time to just breathe and acknowledge myself, I wouldn't have realized that I have pain in my back. And because it's also so faint, it's just there, literally very gentle. I could have ignored it, if I was just busy and doing other things. So that's one way of acknowledging mindfulness. I also have a really cool watch that it's time frames, but every now and then it reminds me to breathe. It says when I breathe, I just bring clarity to my mind. I stop all of the busyness. And so that's why it encourages us to breathe. And in that breathing, it just gives you space to detach from everything that's been going on just for 1 minute, and then you can continue. I love my watch for that because it does help me during the day. It does help me keep present in moments where I can just be lost, completely lost, and then the end of the day comes and I'm like, ooh, why do I feel this way? What was going on this day with this way? Being present to yourself is also such a gift to others because they know that they have your full attention when you're with them. You're not thinking of your entire to-do list when you're with them, and then that creates healthier relationships. Like, there's so many benefits to being mindful, and I just want to encourage you to, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes, an hour. It can be as little as 1 minute 3 times a day, where you just take a moment to breathe, take in your surroundings, and check in with yourself and see what's going on. And then, as I said, pick one thing, the most pressing thing. Like, you may be feeling so overwhelmed in your mind, you can't actually get stuff done. Mindfulness will help you then realize, okay, how can I break down this overwhelm so that I can, make it through, not just get through the day, but make it successfully through the day. Like, what is something I can do now? And it may be, actually, I need to take a walk for 10 minutes, or actually, I need to go and cry in the bathroom for 3 minutes. Like, all of that is okay. You just need to give yourself time and acknowledge that these are the things I need. So, that is mindfulness and being present to yourself. So I'd love for you to write in the comments below what is something that you realized as you're doing mindfulness, and if you are present to yourself, or if this is something that you're trying to do, and love just to hear from you today. Thanks so much for tuning in today to my channel.